All right, everyone, hello. Welcome to the 20th anniversary Monster Hunter Countdown. Finally in the top, real 200, 199, Crystalbeard Uragaan. First appeared in Monster Hunter Generations. We'll be looking at him in Generations and Generations Ultimate a little bit. Really cool monster. Oh, God. I mean, if there was a ranking of best weapons ever, I think the Insect Glaive would have to be up there. I mean, it's an enormous fist with gems. Please share this video with the biggest Marvel fanboy you know. Not only that, not only is the Insect Glaive, does it look amazing, but this armor set recolors pretty much like nothing else I've ever seen. It's the whole damn thing. The whole damn thing changes color. That's amazing. That's really amazing. Maybe someday we'll get like fully customizable armor colors in the future. Something else about the Insect Glaive is it has a unique animation when you're getting ready to do your marking shot. See, it normally looks like a fist. It opens up. It's got a little cannon it shoots the little marking shot out of. Oh, is it amazing? Oh, I love it. Oh, I love this set so much. Weapon itself is actually not bad. And let me explain why. So 380 raw is obviously a completely unreasonable amount of raw. I mean, that's among the highest of raws you'll see in Generations Ultimate. It has 10% affinity, but then you'll be like, well, this thing's useless. It's only got green sharpness. Well, Bludgeoner in this game makes it so that your green sharpness will get a 10% damage boost, which makes it not as good as blue, but almost as good as blue. And then with Insect Glaive, you can get the speed bug, the white affinity bug, that will also give you ESP. So there's definitely better Insect Glaives out there, but the thing you're fighting is particularly weak to raw, and especially if it's got relatively decent raw hit zones, it's usable, and you will get compliments on it. We're going to use water, though, because you'll see in a moment his hit zones mean you probably want to use water. Armor set itself, not great. Chance makes it so that you get something like a 15 or 20% boost to damage or duration to the skill that you're using, your Hunter Art, whenever a monster is like incapacitated, I think. Fate is, of course, extra rewards. You get Charm Chaser, which gives you more talismans when mining. Negate Hunger, which is kind of useless. I mean, it's not that helpful. And Hero's Talisman, which negates damage. I think under 10 points of damage gets negated. It's kind of all over the place. So I wouldn't really recommend using the full set. We're going to be using a Elemental Insect Glaive set here. He is very weak to poison. If there was one monster in GU that you'd be like, wow, I want to use poison, this would be the guy. But I did solo the EX. That was fun. And I couldn't do it with poison only. I don't know if I've heard there's an EX boost to status resist. I don't know if that's true. I did it with water, and I had 10 minutes to spare with water, sword, and shield. Mostly want to hit the front legs. It takes impact to break the head, which, you know, I didn't necessarily have. If you do break the head, though, you might want to have somebody on standby with ice, or you might want to consider, if you're bringing a hammer or a hunting horn, make an ice hammer or hunting horn, because that 30 elemental weakness will go pretty hard, even for a weapon like that. As for other preparations, Eating for Insomnia is incredibly helpful if you're fighting the G-Rank version. He actually loses his fire aura and only does sleep aura. What he gains is this insane attack, so he does a huge tremor, and then he drops out 3 large bombs like that. If you are trying to Valor Evade it, you'll get hit, and you'll take a ton of damage. You'll probably die. If you're trying to block it, you will likely lose all of your stamina. Or if you're using a Mega Dash, you still take a bunch of chip damage and die. So you kind of either want to have Adept, or you want to have Absolute Evasion or Absolute Readiness on the side, depending on what sort of weapon you're using. Because especially once you start fighting either, in this case, the G4, or especially the EX, you know, you can get yourself in a situation where you're going to get true comboed and just die. Getting really lucky with a lot of sleeps here. This is the best possible outcome. I would also recommend not bringing cats. If you bring cats, he has a tendency to use that spinning explosive move a lot more as he targets things that are farther away. There's not a lot of monsters like that, but he is definitely one of the less is more things because, you know, he just does a lot of area denial. Like, when I think of Crystalbeard Uragaan now, I just think about a monster that does not want you near him. Constantly putting out bombs that will put out sleep gas or bombs that will explode. He does give you a lot of time to sharpen, though. A lot of times you're safe to either eat or do something otherwise. I think we did the math and I needed something like 68 poisons to kill him. And I just wasn't able to do it. Whereas when I used water, it was just fine, so I don't know. Sad place to be. His sleep res wasn't that bad either. Blast was also okay. I could definitely see using sleep on him as well. I mean, if you're in a group of 4 people and you're going to try and get, I don't know, the equivalent of like 13 large barrel bomb sleep bombings, that would probably go pretty hard. Otherwise, I guess I could talk a little bit about my weapon and Hunter Art combo here. So this is Adept Insect Glaive, and this combo I'm about to do is one of the coolest things I've ever seen. It will eventually combo into the backflip in the infinite. And then like the positioning there was perfect to get one more rising slash up. And then every time you do the X attack after an evasion, you'll do a marking strike, and with Bug Majeur, you will do the advanced attack there. Biggest downside is your Bug just loses all of his stamina, but like that's really not that big of a deal. The nice part about that is he will actually automatically recall to you. So in some ways, it's a bit of an advantage. Normally you got to do the recall move, but with him, it's like, well, you can't do anything after you've sent him out. So you may as well keep attacking or do a mounting attack or whatever it is you want to do. So there's one move he will also do. It's very rare. He'll actually shoot a rock at you. And I think the rock does like extra stun damage or something. I'd been hit a little bit before this. This is just the HR1 version or whatever it is. This is the 1-star level Crystalbeard. So breaking the chin does require impact damage. A hunting horn is enough to do it, by the way, if you're playing in a group. If you're solo, you probably want to use hammer. But that becomes his next best hit zone. 55 raw, 30 ice is pretty okay. At least as far as what you would normally get off of him. So you get a carve off of it. It's pretty neat. In this case, you know, we didn't actually get the chin. You can get the chin through just normal rewards. So if for some reason you swear off playing hammer or hunting horn, you can get it that way. So yeah, here's his high rank version doing the fire move. He doesn't seem to do that at all in G rank, or if he does, it's incredibly rare. And yeah, this is classic Crystalbeard behavior, just laying out an absolute minefield. He had like almost like 10 rocks out at once. And sometimes you just can't do anything. I mean, you can try and be brave if you got carts to spare, but... Okay, so just going to finish him up. I don't know the math on Bug and Bug Majeur, but because there's not damage numbers, I'm just going to, in my mind, believe it's a really good attack. And it gives me an excuse to use Elemental Insect Glaive, which is far more enjoyable to me than just sticking with raw Insect Glaive. Interesting fight. Fun fight. Okay, Crystalbeard Scale Plus. A high-quality Crystalbeard Uragaan scale. Contains unique ores that make it shine bright. Crystalbeard Shard. An exquisite Crystalbeard Uragaan scale. Has exceptional shock-absorbing ability. Crystalbeard Maw. A high-quality Crystalbeard Uragaan jaw. Contains unique ores that make it shine bright. Crystalbeard Mandible. An exceptional Crystalbeard Uragaan jaw. Contains so much ore that it is dazzling bright. Not as dazzling bright as you guys. Or our upcoming monster, Stonefist Hermitar, Man, it's so funny. All these deviants just sunk all the way to the bottom of the list. Monsters that are not weak to raw just like plummet. Well, thank you again so much for watching. We put a lot of heart and love into this Crystal Beard. I'll see you tomorrow. I love you. Goodbye.